Live from the River's Edge Studios here in fabulous Millvale, Pennsylvania. It is River Talkin'. Surprise, surprise, surprise. It's your boy, the I to the A to the N to the INSECT. It is me, Ian Insect, here, your dutiful guest host, filling in for Mr. Brian Crawford. Happy to be here on this glorious Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to everyone. And when I say I'm filling in for Brian, that's a little inaccurate because that sounds like I'm trying to fill his shoes. And you know what? It's sort of the opposite of that. It's my feet, my proverbial feet are a little too big. And I really think Brian made a mistake by extending this offer to me to be here with you this evening because once we get through this show, you're going to the phone calls, the emails are going to flood in demanding that I am your regular host here on River Talk. And Brian's career pretty much will take a nosedive, his career will be dead. And, there is no better place to take a dead career than to Hahn Funeral Home, the only family-owned funeral home here in Millvale, Pennsylvania. Go to Hahn for all of your funeral, cremation, and green burial services. That's Hahn Funeral Home, 123 North Ave, right here in Millvale. As always, to my immediate left, Mr. Zach Fehl, right on the boards there, engineering. And that is accurate, as always, because this is, you are 100% of the time the engineer every time I have filled in. And he's... Keep it down, Zach. We're trying to do a show. This guy never shuts up. But happy Father's Day to everyone. I hope you're enjoying yourselves, whether you are a father yourself or just enjoying time with your kids. I am a very proud cat dad, so it'll be exciting to go home tonight and see what they have left on the doorstep for me. Yeah, I think we have a great Father's Day show lined up for you today. We have the band Snowdonia going to be making an in-studio appearance here, interview, and some live playing. We also have Dakota Horbaczek from Devil Inside Promotions. So we have a very fun, rock-oriented show. And as always, you can ask Alexa to play River's Edge on TuneIn Radio and catch everything we've got going on. So just a couple housekeeping notes here for you. Snowdonia themselves here to promote Yinzfest, which will be coming up June 30th here at Mr. Small's, and we have some signage here. River's Edge, sponsor of Yinzfest, June 30th at Mr. Small's. And before we get down to business, I want to bring up one thing. Regular viewers of the show will recognize this immediately. Today, we are doing away with the gavel. I think Brian has been given carte blanche to just go crazy with this, judging that, passing judgment on whatever he wants. And I say it stops today. I am putting the gavel on the gavel. No more. Actually, that was fun. All right, we might keep it. We'll come back to that. The jury's still out on that. We're on the fence here. But I am excited for today's show, and I'm excited to bring you the sass, bring you the class, bring you the flair here and there on River Talk. So without any further ado, I do want to introduce our very first guest tonight, the owner, operator, manager of Devil Inside Promotions, and he's here to tell us about their first anniversary show taking place at the Stage at Karma on June 27th. I'd like to welcome to the studio Mr. Dakota Horbaczek.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Of course. Thank you for being here. All right, Dave, so you started Devil Inside just under a year ago. Tell me.
Well, I'd say it's been a little over a year at this point. It started on April last year.
Okay, April 1st. Was it on April Fool's Day?
27th.
And tell me the backstory there. How you decided to start the business and just how the magic happened.
Well, I was going to a concert of a friend of mine's band, and I went to the show. I know how great this band is, and I go there, I'm like, why isn't there anyone here?
Mm-hmm.
And so one thing just led to another, so I started looking into things and looking into what could help bands just in Pennsylvania at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of bands didn't have a communication, couldn't network as well, so I started trying to find all these bands and then get them all together in one place so that they can start a dialogue to help each other.
Absolutely, absolutely. And so you've been doing that for a little over a year now.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
What are some of the bands that you've worked with? Like, who are some of your success stories?
Some of the bands I worked with, Over My Dead Body, love them.
Mm-hmm. If you are standing over a dead body, be sure to give a ring to Hahn Funeral Home, Millvale's only family-owned funeral home. That's Hahn Funeral Home, 123 North Ave, here in Millvale. Go on.
And they've grown quite a lot since last time, when I made them a featured artist.
Okay. So you put the show together and put them on it?
Yeah.
Cool. So what's your process for putting together a show?
Well, it's going to be my first show, so it's a little ragged.
Uh-huh. So what was your process in putting this one, first one being the one on June 27th?
Yeah.
The first year anniversary Devil Inside promotion show at Stage of Karma?
Well, first thing, I needed to find a venue.
Mm-hmm.
So that was my first step. I needed to figure out where I wanted to have it, and there's a lot of venues that I like, and things I like about the venue and things I don't like.
Sure.
And the Stage of Karma, it's a new venue, pretty decent size.
Yeah.
So that was first step, so I contacted them, originally trying to book for a band.
Okay, yeah.
And no one was responding, so I'm like, that's it, throwing my own concert.
So, in addition to Stage of Karma, who else were you looking at? Like, were you trying to keep it inside the city limits?
Yeah, I was trying to keep it within the city. I was looking at Smiling Moose as one of them.
Mm-hmm.
But as many shows as I go to the Moose,
Yeah.
it's a really tight space as well.
They're small. They do a lot with the space they got, though. That's something you can say to their credit. But they are rather small. So you want this to be like a big bash, like a big event.
Yeah, first anniversary.
Yeah.
You gotta pull out all the stops.
You're just learning how to walk as a business.
Yeah.
Awesome. So you are a Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania-based promotions business. So, like, how far out do you reach? Are you in Pennsylvania only? Do you have bands outside the state?
I have bands outside the state, definitely. Because within the past couple months, with the expansion, I have one of my featured artists is actually from Detroit, Michigan.
Very cool.
Their name's Kaleido, a really awesome band.
Mm-hmm.
And they have an album out already. They work with a smaller label. I don't do anything with a major label. If it's more of an independent label, work with them because they still focus mostly on the band.
Yeah, absolutely. So they're on the show. Who all else is on the show?
Oh, they're not on the show.
They're not. You're just working on them. So who is on the show? Let's get that. So Over My Dead Body.
Pittsburgh.
Well,
Butler.
Fair enough. Close enough.
The headliner is Reign of Z. They're pure Pittsburgh.
It's pure Pittsburgh. I like that. I like pure Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
And who else you got on the bill?
Opening is Haven State, and out of state it's Maryland.
Yeah.
It will be Echo Heart.
Very cool. So 4 acts on the bill.
Yeah.
Very, very nice. And that's June 27th, stage at Karma.
Correct.
Starts at 7 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice. Goes to ? Zach, can we get that in post that it's like I'm drawing a question mark on the screen?
That's cute.
Oh, I think that's a yes. So what are some crazy stories you have from your first year? Anything that really stands out as like really threw you for a loop?
I'd have to say the entire experience, because a lot of the positivity and a lot of the feedback, I wasn't expecting as much as I got.
That's awesome. So it's been a really positive response.
Yeah. It's been overwhelming. I didn't think I'd be I've told several people this already. I already hit my 3-year goal.
That's fantastic.
That's how overwhelming it's been.
What was your 3-year goal?
Set up my first show.
Sweet. That's not a bad. I mean, it's, that's what they say in the business world, right? You got to have your goals all mapped out like that. And so, are you working on a new 3-year goal? You thinking what you'd like to be doing going forward?
I've had some ideas, but nothing set up yet. I want to keep building because I'm still working with getting the out of state together and focus more on Pittsburgh to invite more of these regional and independent bands to come here. Because I know of quite a few independent bands that have never been to Pittsburgh, and they're really great bands, but they've been to Pennsylvania. So I'm trying to get more music in Pittsburgh. Because I know we have the passion here. In
From
the
like
city.
out of state or just from nearby, like Butler, Beaver, that kind of thing?
It's not just that. Like, I want more focus on Pittsburgh music. So if we invite these other bands in, like, it will also help those bands if they want to head out of state too.
Sure.
Because they'll have those connections.
Very cool. So it's sort of like both. It's like the idea of sending Pittsburgh music abroad and also bringing people in here to see how great this scene is and how we're building. Awesome. So is this your first foray into promotions? Has this been like a learn as you go, or?
It's a bit of both. Because I worked for a promotions company out of North Carolina that went under.
Okay.
The owner did something extremely stupid, and then
Oh, no.
it just kept going downhill.
Sure.
Like, if the rug was rolling downhill, there was a jetpack attached to it.
Right. And you know what they say, a rolling stone gathers no moss. And if you're interested in gathering moss, check out the green burial services provided by Hahn Funeral Home, Millvale's only family-owned funeral home. That's Hahn Funeral Home, 123 North Avenue, right here in Millvale. Go on.
Brian's going to be so proud of you.
Can I get that graphic? Can we edit a halo in over me?
Oh, just a proud Brian above you.
Can we green screen that in? Brian's seal of approval.
But I just want to build the music scene as much as possible in Pittsburgh.
Awesome.
And-
So, go on.
I don't know. Go ahead.
So if someone is hearing this right now and they're like, I want in, how do they get in touch with you? What do they do?
If they're a band or know someone in the band, I actually have a submission form up on the website for featured and spotlight artists.
Okay, and what's
so,
the website?
DevilInsidePromotions.com.
Simple enough, devilinsidepromotions.com.
Yeah, so the submission form has pretty much everything that I'll need to make them a featured or spotlight. Right now it's more focused on the spotlight because it's a new thing. It's how the featured artists used to be.
Okay, so with your setup, what do you determine as the difference between a spotlight artist and a feature artist?
The featured artist is going to be more, the submission form will be more utilized for that in the next year. So right now I'm building the spotlight because that builds different bands and gets more of a fan base for everyone involved.
Awesome. So I can only imagine, like, someone as invested in the music scene as you are, you find yourself going to a lot of shows?
The past 2 months has been busy for me. I went to a show every week.
Cool.
Which someone who spends a lot of time indoors.
Sure.
That was big for me. Went to Hailstorm twice. Then there was the Raven Black show.
Okay.
I think I loved the Raven Black show more than the 2 Hailstorm shows.
We'll edit that out. We'll edit to make it sound more diplomatic.
But Over My Dead Body was actually at the Raven Black opening.
Oh, sweet. And where was that show? What was the venue?
The Moose.
The Moose. Beautiful.
Then
Beautiful.
they had Broken Rail and Aboleth.
Oh, very cool.
Which
Very
I'm
cool.
wearing their shirt today.
Let's get that. Get a zoom in on that. Yeah, let's green screen that. So what do you want people to know about this upcoming show and anything else that you might have on the horizon?
They're all independent bands, and they all have merch, music, so come out, buy everything that they have.
Cool. Very cool. Everything. Like
Yeah.
a t-shirt in every size.
Yes.
And then just start layering them.
buy one for all your friends.
Yeah. I thought more like one of those, like those Russian dolls, like you take off a shirt, there's another one underneath, boom, whoop, 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 and you just keep shedding identities. That's awesome,
That'd
man.
be fun.
So yeah, I think that's very cool what you're doing. It's we were talking before the show started that I think like promotion company, it's very rare. You don't see a lot of companies just focused on the promoting aspect, and I think it's really important to have that in the city, to have it specialized so that performers, I mean, like a band has to work on everything, right? They have to work on writing, rehearsing, performing, setting, and then then there's the next step of setting up show dates, getting people to come to the show, and all that stuff. It's really difficult.
And they don't have the time, like, to always hustle for their shows. So I'm here to help them.
Yeah, I think
I
that's
want
phenomenal.
them to have a successful career.
Yeah, and then that helps you have a successful career, right? That's how it goes. I think it's super key. So right now you work with a lot of like rock and hard rock and metal bands, right? Are you looking to branch out, or are you sort of staying
definitely.
focused on that?
I don't have any restrictions as to genre. I just have like limitations on like how much you've actually put into it.
Sure.
Like if you don't even have a video, nothing, like nothing for people to check you out. Not even a YouTube video of a live show.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't really.
There's only so much you can do.
Yeah. They're like, give me something to work with.
That's awesome.
A lot of the bands that I work with all give me things to, like, hey, check them out. They got this awesome stuff. They got a video. They have a single.
Awesome.
I actually have a country band lined up for Spotlight Artist.
Who's that? Can you tell us?
His name is escaping me, but I shouldn't tell you anyways.
Please tell me that's the band name is. His name is escaping me.
No.
Okay. Good. Then I'll use it for my non-existent band that doesn't even have a YouTube video up yet. But if
Get a YouTube video, I'll promote you.
Brian, get this on YouTube. Toot sweet, please. Yeah, I think it's awesome what you're doing for the scene, and I want to wish you a happy Father's Day on the year
They're all my
the
children.
year birthday of your baby, and like to many, many, many more successful years, and it's going to be awesome to have you back, see how it's going along, see how it's growing. So that is the Devil Inside Promotions 1-year anniversary at the stage at Karma, June 27th, 7 p.m. Tickets are $10. $10 for tickets, and you can get them online?
Yeah, the Stage of Karma website has it set up.
Cool. And Stage of Karma website, do we know that one?
.com.
stageofkarma.com. So yeah, check out Devil Inside Promotions. If you're an artist and you're watching this, check it out. Talk to Dakota. Get yourself some promotion.
I was going to say, share the love.
Yeah, treat yourself this Father's Day. But Dakota, thank you so much for showing up and stopping by the
It's a
studio
pleasure.
on this hot Sunday, Father's Day. Once again, this is Dakota Horbaczek, devilinsidepromotions.com. June 27th is the 1-year anniversary show, featuring again Over My Dead Body,
Haven State,
Haven
Echo
State.
Heart, and headlining Reign of Z.
Reign of Z. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Well, we will be talking to you soon, and we will see you out at the show.
All right.
Dakota, thanks so much for stopping by.
No problem.
We will be back live in the studio in a moment with Snowdonia. They will be performing 2 songs tonight, and the first one of those will be coming up in just a moment.
The temperature changed when the desert sunshine rained. Refreshing rays make my mind feel blurred and rearranged.
And we're back live, River Talk. Happy Father's Day. Our next guest will be appearing live at Yinzfest on June 30th at Mr. Small's Theater. And they are appearing with us live right now in the River's Edge Studios here in lovely Millvale, Pennsylvania. This is the first of 2 songs they'll be playing for us tonight. Please enjoy the sounds of Snowdonia.
nothing's gonna make the world stop. One into another and part with the way that we revolve around the clock. And if you could pitch it to me somehow, I'd follow you without a second guess. But you're giving me nothing to rely on, nothing but a one-time roulette. Nothing but a honey-coated maybe that the chains are gonna shave me if you left. And now I'm thinking that maybe it'd be better if we left it for the best.
Nice, sounding good, sounding good. Once again, that is Snowdonia. They'll be sitting with us shortly on live here in the studio. They will be featured artists on June 30th at Yinzfest, live at Mr. Smalls, and that's an all-day festival co-sponsored by River's Edge Radio and the Healthy Yinzer. So you want to check that out. And you know, normally this is the time in the show where Brian gives you some weird news, some little tidbits to make you scratch your brain. And first off, for those of you just tuning in, you might notice something a little different. Don't adjust your screens. Yeah, it's supposed to look a little cleaner, a little more dapper, a little more attractive. Let's just be honest. You know, feel free to enlarge the video feed, sit a little closer to your screen, because it's your boy, the I to the A to the N to the INSECT, filling in for Brian Crawford, Ian Insect here, your guest host on this lovely Father's Day. You know, pulling through this heat wave for you. You know, and Brian is out there just resting on his laurels, enjoying the sun and the surf. And I'll tell you what, it's too hot. This day-long heat wave has got to stop. We need to bring back the winter weather that we are so familiar with in the month of June. Okay, this is clear global warming, and I'm bringing the gavel back. Gavel, I am judging June guilty of being too hot. Is that how Brian does it? Is that how it works? I don't know. But instead of weird news today, I want to tell you, for those of you who travel in the summer, a lot of us have travel plans, some vacation time coming off. And I absolutely love traveling in the summertime too, in a nicely climate-controlled vehicle with the wind blowing in my face, keep that temperature frigid, keep the jacket on, keep the look, keep the image going. And, some of you might have some time to travel, but not have any travel plans, not know where to go. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about some places I've been, some very weird places here in Pennsylvania and abroad that might be interesting to you. And those of you who have some weird travel destinations, throw them in the comments section on our live video here. So yeah, I was just thinking back on some weird places I've been. I love to go to any roadside attraction. And you check out the website Roadside Attractions, check out Atlas Obscura, and find nearby stuff that's just weird and crazy and hidden. So in the past couple of years, I've found myself in all kinds of fun, strange places. I've been to Jamestown, New York, the birthplace of Lucille Ball. There's a Lucy Desi Museum you can check out there, and they're also constructing the National Comedy Theater or Museum, National Comedy Museum with a theater inside. That's going to be awesome. They are completing construction on that, I think, this year. So I'll be heading up to check that out. Here in Pennsylvania, back in Pennsylvania, central Pennsylvania, we have Clyde Peeling's Reptile Land. I was there. For any of you who love, as Zach referred to it earlier, was it creepy crawlies or crazy crawlies?
What?
What do you call reptiles?
Something about slithering. I can't remember.
Something about slithering. Well, okay.
Not that great.
Yeah. I think he's thinking back on his Harry Potter blog. You still writing that Harry Potter blog?
I don't remember that part of my life.
It's up there in my RSS feed.
Now I'll write it for you.
But yeah, this is the most amazing thing. This year I am planning on going to the Dinosaur Kingdom, which is in Virginia. I'm not going to tell you exactly where because I don't want the line too long outside there, but if you check this stuff out, or you just go on any old website, tourism website, and you can see the craziest stuff. So someone in Virginia decided to build life-size replicas of Civil War soldiers fighting dinosaurs, and there's apparently an entire park that you can just walk through and see these exhibits of Civil War soldiers fighting dinosaurs. Very historically accurate. Very lovingly recreated. If you're headed east to Philly, make sure you stop off in Jim Thorpe. My favorite Pennsylvania town named after a living person. It's fantastic. It's this tiny little town, about 2 streets wide, and you just go down there. 15 bars, 2 gift shops. It's right there. Your day is already spelled out for you right there. And we'll give you a couple more going through. And like I say, I encourage you to share with us some of your most fun and strangest travel destinations here live River Talk River's Edge Studio here in Millvale, PA. Only blocks from Millvale's only family-owned funeral home, Hahn Funeral Home. That's 123 North Avenue. Hahn's Funeral Home. When it's got to be gone, give a call to Hahn. And with that, we're going to welcome a band that you just heard playing a few minutes ago. We're going to sit down and talk with Snowdonia. Hello, fellas. Welcome to the studio.
Hello.
Hi.
How's everyone doing today?
Good.
I'm good. A little bit exhausted, but good.
Heard.
Yeah.
All right. So let's go down the line, starting at my right, and introduce yourselves individually.
My name is Desmond, and I play the drums.
Desmond on drums.
My name is Adam, and I sing and play guitar.
I'm Atticus, and I play the violin.
I'm Luke, and I play guitar.
Sweet. Awesome, guys. Well, welcome to the studio.
Thank you.
Thanks.
How's it going? So Snowdonia, speaking of travel destinations, Snowdonia, that's a national park in Wales.
Yeah.
Okay, is that where you got the name from, or is it just a coincidence?
It is where we. it is where we.
It was
got the
sort of
name
a
from.
coincidence.
Okay, how'd you come up with the name?
So pretty much, I was in French class one day.
I already love this story.
Yeah. And basically, I wanted to start a new band, and I was like, is Snowdonia an actual word? But I said like Snowdonia, so I looked it up just on my computer because we have school computers, and apparently it was a real thing, and I'm like, I want to be in a band called Snowdonia.
Yeah, it
Is that
sounds
like-
brutal.
Yeah,
Wait,
my
pause.
dream came true though.
Well, Luke, pause. Your school has computers?
Well, it used
Kick us to
to.
Dice. We all go to Kappa.
What are you talking about?
Dice definitely does not have computers.
Yeah, well, Kappa had computers.
Oh.
Yeah,
So this was in the making.
yeah.
He switched schools.
Okay.
You know, he hadn't switched schools before he came with this name.
So you guys were all Kappa students, and that's how you all met?
Yes.
Yep.
Very cool. And Kappa, yeah. And what year are you all in Kappa?
Also,
All
juniors.
going into 11.
Yeah. we're
All going in 11th
11th
grade.
grade.
Fantastic.
I'm an Alter Dice.
Holy cow! And you guys have a nice. You're working on a really sophisticated sound. I like that sort of like pop, jazzy kind of thing.
Yeah.
What was it, Adam? What was the guitar you're playing there?
That is a D'Angelico.
Fantastic! It has a great sound. And
EXL.
man, yeah, Desmond, your roles on the drums there. How long have you been playing?
I've been playing since kindergarten. That's when I like started, but like I've been playing my
Awesome.
entire life because like I was from
College.
South Africa, so like for them to teach me how to speak, they had to use like music. So I just was like, yeah, the drums are the best. Like you got to do it.
Fantastic! It sounds great. Adam, how long have you been playing?
I've been playing guitar since I was like 10. I think fourth grade. Fourth grade was when I picked up the guitar. But I've been singing. My parents met singing a cappella and stuff, so I've been singing kind of my whole life.
Your parents met
Yeah.
singing a cappella,
Yeah,
like in a
they-
group together, or just
Yeah,
like at a
it's-
restaurant?
It's like,
Yeah,
just-
me too.
it's like my family's from Liverpool in England, and there's like, it's not like a very big scene, but there's like, you know, my uncle plays a lot of jazz. It was just kind of like a, but they sung.
Like he plays jazz,
acapella,
like he plays jazz
music.
guitar, or
I think he plays trumpet.
very
or
cool, very cool.
saxophone. But yeah, it's like, yeah, they met doing music. So
It's like
yeah, I've been doing
from
it for a while.
Liverpool, jazz background. It's Paul McCartney over here. Fantastic,
Yeah,
love
swear
it.
to God.
So it's like a very international flavor here. We have South Africa, Liverpool, Atticus. Where you hail from?
I mean, I've been
Highland Park.
dialed in. Like, what are we? I don't know. I'm from North Carolina, but that's not really that interesting.
Rally, bro.
Well, don't let our fans in North Carolina just ignore that. We're gonna edit that out. We're gonna just edit the not out. So it's North Carolina, very interesting.
I think we just find an interesting place in North Carolina and just feature that if we can.
Luke's French class, very
Let's
interesting.
find some interesting. Off to the side, I'll low key search some interesting roadside attractions in North Carolina, sponsored by Hans Funeral Home, only family-owned funeral home. That's 123 North Avenue, Hans Funeral Home, right here in Millvale, Pennsylvania. Atticus, how long have you been playing the violin?
I've been playing like classical violin for like 10 years, but on that, like the electric violin, the Markwood violin, I've been playing for like a little bit over a year now.
Very cool. So do you have a preference between like classic or like rock? Like what's on?
This violin is better. Undeniably.
Without question, I love
Without
it.
a question.
Nice, nice. And Lucas, we
Spicy.
didn't have a chance to hear you on that track. You gonna play later?
Probably not. I was unable to actually practice them during like the rehearsal for this.
Cool.
I've been working a lot, so.
Just hanging out.
Yeah.
So so that was an original song you played for us, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
And what's that song
Yeah.
called?
That song is called Ways of the World.
It is.
Yeah.
It's named after. Oh, Jesus Christ! It's named after Jesus Christ. In a way, it's named after the world history textbook that we get given. And
Yeah,
Real life
Ways of the
inspiration.
World.
yeah, it's called Ways of the World by Mark Strayer.
Okay.
Robert Strayer.
Okay, well, now-
Robert, that's my boy, and he was. It was right before we took the midterms. He was taking a big toll on my life, and yeah.
Fantastic.
No, I like that class, so I decided to.
Nice,
write
nice.
a
Well,
song
Mr.
about it.
Strayer, you owe us a little money. That was some free promotion here
Yeah.
on live
Buy
on
his
River
book.
Talk.
It's good. It's a good book.
Very cool. So, yeah. So, who is it? Like is the songwriting process is it like approached as a group from the ground up, or does someone come in with a song and you guys sort of hammer it out?
It's like a little bit of both, I'd
Swear.
reckon. Some of the songs have been created. Me and Luke just sit down in a room, and usually it'll be like an idea that we've come up with on our own. For example, like our song "Cichlids," we just sort of sat down, we jammed it out. Our song "Trapped," Luke wrote the verses, I wrote the chorus. A lot of the music, the two that we're playing today, I wrote pretty much. So, some songs I'll arrange with like all the parts in mind, and then other parts we'll just go in and then like we'll just jam out different parts, you know what I mean, just figure out who's playing what. So it just depends on the song really.
So it sounds pretty organic.
Yeah.
Like just whatever the song necessitates.
It's like wherever we like in our voice memos, we use.
Yeah.
Wherever we don't,
Voice
Adam
memos.
will criticize, and then he'll change it for us.
We have a very expansive library of Apple voice memo demos.
Yeah.
I have like.
Is that for
bro,
sale?
I just made it to 100
No.
today.
Oh, sweet.
Not yet.
Like
100
102 now because I added 2 recordings today.
Recording 100.
Yeah.
So how long have you been a band?
So the band, not under the name Snowdonia, has been around since fall of 2016. Actually.
Okay.
And then the band kind of evolved. I joined the band maybe around this time last year, and then we solidified the lineup in about September of 2017 by getting Desmond as our drummer and changing the name to Snowdonia in about September of 2017.
Very, very cool.
We used to be really, like with the old name, we were called Pittsburgh State of Mind. We were pretty much just covers, and it was in this one kid's basement. And we were like what you would think of a teenage rock band.
Sure,
It
sure.
was, yeah, it's definitely like a massive transformation. I think it was
Yeah.
like the band, like sort of like rock music. It wasn't a big part of my life last year. I don't think it was kind of like just a thing I did on a Sunday on the side. I'd go to my friend's basement and we'd just jam out covers, and it was fun, but it definitely wasn't a big part of my life.
Nice.
But
nice.
this year, with this arrangement of people, it's been like
Growing.
We've
yeah,
really been working
it's-
at it.
Swear it's taken
It's a
over.
process.
And there's a couple members of the band who couldn't be here.
Yeah.
Right?
Dinah,
Dinah DeVoe and Caden. I don't know
Nice.
what Caden's doing. He's like somewhere in the Midwest, I think.
Mission trip in
He's doing a
Louisiana.
mission trip, you know.
Wow.
Very
Christian
cool.
boy.
He's probably having more Mormon dreams.
Oh, censored.
And Dinah. I don't know what Dinah's doing. But
We never know what she's doing.
And are those additional vocalists, guitars?
So Caden is our bassist.
Okay.
And Dinah plays the flute and also the keyboard.
Fantastic.
she's well
Sounds like
rounded.
and all 6 of you will be together on June 30th for
Yes.
Yinzfest?
Yes, we'll be
Yeah,
there.
we'll all be there.
Awesome. So do you know what time you're playing at
We
Yinzfest?
do not actually. The way that they're running it is that they're announcing everything in a 4 hour, so we'll know when we're playing about 4 hours before we actually play.
Cool. So sort of like a way to keep everyone at the festival
Yeah.
instead of just
Yeah, it's
dipping in.
just, some bands will bring more
Right.
than others, and it's really just about like the community and the people playing. Just like
The
Nice.
event.
yeah, I swear, like just getting everyone in front of everyone. Just,
Yeah.
And I
Millville's great. Oh,
I also,
wow.
but I need to say the community for Yinzfest so far has been amazing. Everyone's been super supportive of us,
Where?
and
Yeah.
it's been fantastic. We cannot wait.
They managed to book a meeting spot that was
Yeah.
18 plus, so we had to do our introduction in the parking lot, but you know.
Yeah. They're like, you cannot stay.
When young, I guess.
That sounds fun. Yeah, I mean Millville is great for all that. They're building community, both music and otherwise. And you know, I think that the idea of the music community, I think River's Edge is really fortunate to be sort of at the epicenter of that. And you know, there are just so many great community-based businesses here, like Han's Funeral Home. Millvale's only family-owned funeral home. That's 123 North Avenue, Han's Funeral Home,
You were
right
going
here in
to
Millvale,
kill
PV.
that bit.
I am killing it. And, you know, I feel that once that bit is on its last breath, we should contact some funeral home, somewhere.
Can we ask why you've been plugging funeral homes this whole show?
Because they are faithful sponsors of River Talk and River's Edge, and I take every opportunity to treat our
Insurance.
sponsors right. So if you're wondering, if you just got some excess cash lying around, even if you're just a guy and you want us to say your name on the air, give me a call. Talk to me. You're no longer guest host. You're regular host of River Talk. Your boy, the I to the A to the N to the I N S E C T E N Insect. I am here
Our boy.
with Snowdonia.
Yeah.
And fellas, if I am not mistaken, you're going to prep and treat us with another tune.
Yes.
Wonderful.
We would love to.
And what's this one going to be called?
This one is called Tale of Two Towns, and it's about my relationship with Great Britain, being
I love it.
a native. You know.
Fantastic. Well, we will be right back in the studio with Tale of Two Towns, another song from Snowdonia.
where do I go now? If there's a reason I wouldn't be here right now. The tears fell from my eyes as I realized I had nowhere to go. And I've walked the soul, yeah, and I've walked the smoke down too. Every time I realize I'm better off with you. If you're sticking around, then I won't make no promises that I'll stick with you. If I never left this town, it's easier in the end. Wondering how I'd be changed. The good days never said yours. It was yesterday. I touched the sky and all I saw was cloud. It was clear to me then that I'd be better off not coming down. Because anyway, don't feel the same with more that I do. Went on my brain and now it still feels the and I'll softly rush you road with the snow around my face. I'm the soft grass where I play hero. I'm the rest of history. If you're sticking around, then I won't make no promises that I'll stick with you. If I never left this town, it's easier in the end. I was wondering how I'd change. The good old days never seem young. Still yesterday. Oh,
Fantastic. Tale of Two Towns, Snowdonia, killing it here. Speaking of which, Hans Funeral Home, the only family-owned funeral home here in Millville, 123 North Avenue, serving Millville and surrounding communities for over 30 years. You know exactly who to call. That's HAHN, Han Funeral Home. Thanks once more to Snowdonia for rocking it out here live on River Talk in the River's Edge studio in lovely, scenic Millville, Pennsylvania. And they will be appearing once more at Yinzfest, June 30th. You can get tickets at the Mr. Smiles website, and you can check it out at Facebook, facebook.com/Yinzfest. Fellas, thanks for making it into the studio. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Sounded fantastic. Desmond back there? All right, and thank you for tuning in today to River Talk. Remember, call, write, vote, comment in the Facebook Live section to get me as your permanent replacement for Mr. Brian Crawford. And remember, that's right. And remember, today being Father's Day, don't forget to tell your father you need some cash. Come on, today's the day. He's softened up. It'll be easy. So remember, ask your dad for some cash, send it our way, and I will see you next week on Rivers Talk, featuring your boy, the I to the A to the N to the INSECT, Ian Insect. We'll see you next week.